Spitwads, with how much we rely on our devices, it's easy to forget about the hardware that we're born with, and I'm talking about your ears. And just like your fingerprints, no two ears are exactly the same, and that's why, unless you've paid thousands of dollars for high-end custom-fit equipment, your earbuds, they can be causing you discomfort, physical pain. I know that I struggle with earbuds all the time, like just falling out, just they're not comfortable at all, and that's where UE Fits comes into the picture. I'm talking about the ultimate ear fits. They're
super cool.
I was very skeptical. I'm like, what? This thing that I get at home, this is going to mold to my ear? Yeah, we'll see about that. But I pop the UE Fits right in my ear. I hook it up to the app, and you push the button, and boom. In about 60 seconds, you feel this just like a slight warming sensation.
Light.
And then I have a custom
walk towards the light.
A custom molded earbud. It stays in my ear. There's no pain. There is no discomfort. And using the groundbreaking Lightform technology, that's how they get it done. They got 8 hours of continuous playback on a single charge and up to 20 hours with the charging case. I'm telling you, this is the last pair of headphones or earbuds that you need to purchase. Check them out. And if you try Fits, you don't love them as much as I do, no worries. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Use our promo code BALLERS at UE.com/fits to get your pair of UE Fits for just $199. That's UE.com/fits, promo code BALLERS.
Oh, Spitwads, we have such a great episode for you today on today's Spit Hit. That's right. This episode is booming.
Oh, yeah, and this is Big Gordo.
And Big Gordo's on this one, and Mike, he contemplates eating fine dining with his foot in the soup. You don't want to miss today's episode.
What did I do?
Yeah, you did, Mike. You did.
I'll have to go back.
You're going to have to listen. Enjoy.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Okay, all right.
Is that Mr. Flintstone over there? Is it Yabba Dabba doing?
We started precisely where I was aiming to start. Landing point was like landing on the moon.
I was kind of surprised at the volume.
Wait,
you came in real loud.
Honestly, when you
It
don't
scared
know what
me.
when you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
just do it loud. Then
Just
people
do it with confidence.
exactly. It's just like
I meant to do that.
when you're walking into a place that you know you're not supposed to be, and other people know that you're not supposed to be there. If you do it with confidence,
Oh, this is exactly where
you get right in there.
You could do that with, you know how every store has like the back stock and the back rooms that are for employees only? If you walked back in those areas and you acted like you knew what you were doing back there,
Yeah,
no one's
exactly.
going to stop. Oh, what are you doing back here? Because the customer doesn't go back there.
Haven't you seen the videos of the people with the spy cams, and they're going they're going to high profile parties like Super Bowl parties, and they're just like, if you pretend you're supposed to be there,
no
one questions it.
I've seen videos of like security videos where people go to a Walmart, they walk in, they're just a customer, and they go grab like the pallet and the forklift, and they just lift up a pallet and they walk it right out the building.
So wait.
Like straight up, just like,
hold on,
I'm supposed to do this, and they steal a pallet. They got.
We were talking about two very different things. I'm talking about just an experience where you know you're not supposed to be there, but you want to be like an A-lister for a moment.
Sure.
You're talking about theft.
I see the difference now. I see that, like, I'm saying
I
here's
saw
how
a
you
man
can
walk into a bank with a weapon, and he left with a bunch of
But
money.
he had so much confidence. He was like, I'm getting that money.
The most confidence robber I've ever seen.
That's because confidence, it spans all gamuts. The good, the bad, the evil, apparently. You do it with confidence, it's going to work better than if you don't.
This is my
Absolutely.
palette
And you
now.
yabba dabba did that scat with a lot of confidence.
Look, I've done better, but
Look,
I've
not
done
everyone's
worse.
going to be Al.
No.
Okay?
You having to have the scat this week, following the owl scat as it's known, is not fair to
Scat
you.
game.
Trailing his scat.
But
yeah.
you know who else it's not fair to? It's not fair to the listeners.
America.
It's not fair to the Spitwads to be denied
You
owl
can't
scat.
look as much fun as it is to troll our somebody that is in our employ.
Our producer.
with the idea that he may have to do it all the time. As fun as that is, I mean, it's just not fun. I mean, it's not unique. It's not special if he has to do it every time.
I completely agree. I would say every other.
Oh, God.
But
Maybe next week.
But what if he did it every time and it was even better than the last time every time he did it?
I would require new lyrics.
He would require medication for mental health. That's what would happen. Would you rather on the show today? Jason Explains makes its return.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
If we can do Jason Explains on all the days he doesn't have the scat, that will make sure he
then
doesn't
I'll just hate every
he
show.
won't enjoy the show. We are drafting another fantasy draft on the show today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Situation Room as well. At SpitballersPod on Twitter. SpitballersPod.com is the website. Find out how you can support the show. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can find us over there. And we appreciate all the support on Apple Podcasts when you subscribe, review the show. It helps us out a lot. The whole archive is wide open now. You can get every episode we've ever done right there on Apple Podcasts.
You just walk in and you claim the palette.
It's
yours.
Load the palette of shows up. 80-plus shows as of this recording, and enjoy yourself. So let's get into this.
Would you rather?
All right, Sam from the website.
Hey, Sam.
Sam says, would you rather smell with your tongue like a snake does or taste with your feet like a fly does? Apparently flies taste with their feet.
Oh, of course they do.
And will, goodness, I don't even know what this means, and will reflexively extend their mouth parts.
Their mouth parts?
If they land on anything edible.
Is that scientific?
I think that's inappropriate.
Their mouth parts?
If I was talking to my wife, shut your mouth parts. That's going to get me in trouble.
Snakes don't have noses like we do. They have nostrils to breathe with, but snakes smell with their tongues. When the tongue goes back into the mouth, the forks touch a special sensory organ called the Jacobson's organ.
I'm going to the Jacobson organ.
Okay.
That also sounds inappropriate.
At the roof of your mouth and tells the snake what it smells.
Took a shot in the Jacobson.
So, we've got, would you rather smell with your tongue like a snake or taste with your feet like a fly?
Okay, well, look, I knew neither of these things. I knew it.
You did it?
I knew that a snake uses his tongue to, like, sense the surroundings, but I didn't know his smell. I thought it was more like a dolphin's, echo.
You thought?
I thought it was
Yeah,
more
no,
like
I get what
thought they were
he's just
using
saying
radar?
He's just saying it's a different way of kind of getting your
Echolocation?
something. I don't know. I didn't think they were smelling with their tongue because who
Well, now
does
you know.
that?
Snakes. That's
okay,
who.
that's.
So put it into today's context then, right? Like you're walking around and you want to get a whiff of something, but you got to bust the tongue out to get a whiff.
Or you're just tasting your socks all day.
Yeah, I mean, this is the.
I mean, you'd probably realign the way you do things if you're eating through your feet, right?
Look, this is a fascinating discussion on what these animals or
Fascinating
insects.
is a stretch, but go on.
I am fascinated by the specifics of Jacobson's organ here, but
That's a piano, right? We're being very clear. That's like a
Yes.
like a
Look, there's many
musical
organs.
organ.
Your
But there's-
brain, your heart, the Jacobson.
there's no
Just don't get hit.
there is no way that this is a debatable question.
I 100%
Because-
agree.
because you just smell with your tongue. That's
I'm
what
happy
that's what you do.
to lose smell for most of the time. Like I don't want to lose all my smell. I
Sometimes
wanna
you
be
do
able-
want to lose smell.
Exactly. There's plenty of times
You never
want to
eat through your feet.
A lot of your taste is connected to your smell.
But you're going to
Imagine being-
smell it even better if it's connected to your tongue.
Imagine being a winemaker, though, huh?
I'm just imagining
Squishing
rolling
them
up.
grapes.
Ooh. But I'm at like a real fancy restaurant. I'm dressed up. I'm black suit. I mean, maybe I'm even in a tuxedo.
Oh, you got the tails. Mike.
The tails they're almost touching the ground. And then the waiter brings out my soup and kaplow! My foot goes up on the table. Hold on. I gotta taste this.
I thought you were gonna.
Kabloop.
I thought you were gonna bring up the okay, you get a fancy glass of wine. I want to smell the wine, but instead you got to be like licking inside the glass.
So look, neither of these is conducive for fine dining. That's what we figured out.
One of those things is way worse.
All right, so we're in agreement.
You can't. Hold on, sir. Bam. You got. I mean that. There's no world where it's okay to eat with your feet. A fly. Like, it flies around and it lands on what it's going to eat. We don't do that.
I'm
now,
just
to
picturing.
be fair, you don't eat with your feet. You just taste with your feet and then eat with your mouth. So if you don't want to taste your soup, you
well,
can
that
still
ruins
just
what
eat
I
it.
was going to say. I figured Jason would be sneaking cookies into his shoes all day long.
Well, then he would just taste cookies all day, which would
Well,
be great.
What
He's just not eating them.
That's a great life.
Oh,
Is
man.
it, though?
All my socks would be, like,
Crumb.
just dipped in, like, some
Nacho
kind of.
cheese.
Hold on. So you got cookies in the socks, and you're eating salads.
Oh, because it's separate.
I've always dreamed of this.
You have
The
You've
best
always
taste
dreamed of
cookies in his socks.
since I was a little boy. Cookies in my socks, salads in my mouth. That's a famous slogan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is a good tease.
Thank you.
All right, we're all going with the not as severe one.
With the not having to walk on the table
Yes.
to enjoy my meal.
Or you just eat without smell. I mean, you could.
You mind if I taste that?
There is a world where you don't want to taste, right? You said if you don't taste at all, you're eating good food. So if you walk into that fine dining, you don't need to taste it. You're just eating healthy stuff.
I'm not paying up for fine dining if
That's
I can't
fair.
taste it.
All right, Jacob from Twitter, who has in Oregon. Jacob from Twitter.
His son does.
Would you rather be a pro NFL player making a fast food drive-through wage, or a fast food drive-through job and make an NFL salary?
Do the drive-through people make less? I apologize. I'm ignorant of this.
No, it's just making the implication that like
You're on a
you get
McDonald's
paid,
salary.
You get paid nothing.
Okay, you're on minimum
You're
wage.
doing the drive-through job, minimum wage, but you're making, but you're a pro NFL player,
Right.
You get the glory.
so you get their wage, but you get everybody watches you. You're still
Right.
famous, I assume,
You're risking your body.
Yeah,
And
one
you're-
of these things
for
is
no money.
highly dangerous.
These
And
are
I know
not.
that-
These
I-
are
look-
not close. I mean, I'll sling burgers for $1 million a year.
I'm not saying you
or
can't
10
get
million.
hurt by the fryer. Of course you can. But one of these things can, like, put your lights out
Listen,
and cause serious lifelong problems. I'm not doing that for minimum wage.
Al, we're not going to taste things through our feet, and we're not going to get concussions for $5 an hour.
I tell you.
All right, Al?
I demand $10 million, then I will get the concussions.
Well, see, that is the cost, because then you get into the would you rathers of would you rather live
Right.
70 years making $10 million a year? Would you
Those-
rather live 50 years making $100 million a year? Blah,
but at
blah,
least,
blah.
okay, well, but if I'm working the fast food job, do I get unlimited burgers?
With that
well, of course.
salary, sure.
Oh, I forgot.
You can buy all the burgers you want. I mean, this
I like
fast
how
food
Mike
burger-
he just needs to keep that check together and the burgers on top.
You're like, oh, by the way, I'm buying this franchise now.
I mean, you could do that drive-through job, millions per year, and retire in a couple of years of doing it too.
Imagine how happy the drive-through people would be
Oh, making that kind of money?
if they were making that kind
That's
of
actually
money.
interesting to think about.
Because we all know, and we've all experienced grumpy teenager in
Yeah.
the drive-through,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and honestly,
Or just doesn't care about the world teenager, doesn't get my order right, doesn't pay
and
attention.
I
don't blame them
I ex-
at all.
experience it 3 times a day. I hear you. I hear you.
Well, but it's not every single time that you get the grumpy guys.
No, it's actually really shocking and delightful when you get one of those surprisingly really good at
my
their
goodness,
job drive-through worker.
Big Gordo.
Oh, Big Gordo! Yes! What a great
So we haven't told
story.
that story.
No, please,
But it's not a
Andy.
great story.
It's not a great
we
story.
were in well, sure, if he's listening, this will be his chance.
What up,
to
Big
shine.
G?
Gabe is his real name. But anyway, we were traveling across the country together, listening to 90s tunes in Jason's
Oh, man.
electric vehicle that has to charge every 14 minutes. And of course, one of our 2 charging stops on this short drive
It's Carl's Jr.
is Kingman, Arizona, and these charging stations are always at Carl's Jr.'s.
They really are.
It's great.
And think about it. That just means you're eating a lot more Carl's Jr. than the next person.
Also great.
Because you don't have a choice. I'm not going to Uber from that Carl's Jr. to another fast food place down the street. So we go to Carl's Jr., and I'm telling you, it was one of those special type of people.
The best.
His name turned out to be Gabe. He had that place on lockdown. It was as clean as can be. He had menu suggestions for us. He hooked up a little some cookie crumbles in our shakes.
He was the
no
nicest
cost.
man who knew the ins and outs of every inch of that operation.
He did.
He knew. I mean, it was like that dude must be being paid an NFL salary because he was dedicated.
So we ended up in a situation driving back. We knew we were going there again. We loved this man. We didn't know his name. So we're like, everybody gets to guess what his name is. And so, you know, I think what was my name? Steve or something. And
Yeah,
Mike had a guess.
I was like Aaron.
And Jason went with a little bit out of bounds.
Jason
type
was
of-
insistent. He said, "This man's name
Is
starts.
big?
It has to
well,
start
no, he
with a
just,
G.
It starts with a G, and he comes up with Gordo.
Yeah.
because-
It was Gordon to start, but he's like, he goes by Gordo.
Yeah,
Big Gordo.
Big Gordo. He's a
a bigger
larger
dude.
man, and I.
Well, but the funny part is Jason had no idea that Gordo was actually Spanish.
Right. That's
When
that's
Jason
true.
was really
Spanish for
embarrassed.
what,
And
Jason?
then I found out that word means fat. So I was calling him Big Fat, which isn't nice. And so understand,
but you didn't know.
I was, from a pure heart, I was not calling. It was like, oh, that's Big Fat. That's his name. He's Big Fat. So no, I thought I was like he you know,
Somehow
you just
you
look
knew
at
his
somebody,
name was a G name.
You look at somebody,
and it turned out to be Gabe.
and you know their name or you know the genre of name. I was so positive it was a G.
Hey,
So I went with Gordon.
Big Fat.
Hey, Big Fat.
What up?
And then here's the worst part of the story. We get to Kingman. He wasn't working.
He wasn't even there.
But we asked what his name was
Yeah, I
because
said,
we had a big debate.
I said there was a guy that was super nice yesterday, and she's like, yeah, he's the manager. His
So-
name's Gabe.
If you're in Kingman, Arizona,
Enjoy.
stop by Carl's J. Say what up to Gabe.
Yeah, not Big Gordo. Gabe.
She just short Carl's Jr.
I
You
did.
shorted
Look, when
the
you're-
name, the long name Carl's Jr. to Carl's J.
When you hit up
That's
Carl's,
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
when you hit up Carl's J on the reg,
When you hit up Carl J, it's Carl J now.
CJ.
CJ. You go to
Hiccup.
CJ's.
Say hi to Big Gordo for us. All right. What is happening? All right, we're taking the obvious one. 2 for 2 on obvious ones. Let's see if you can make it 3 in a row.
All
Big
right.
Big Jeremy. Zensation23 from Twitter. Would you rather always feel like there's something stuck in your shoe, like a cookie
cookies?
cracker, yeah, or always feel like there's a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
Oh.
These both are bad.
These.
All right, no obvious answer.
All
Have
right.
you
okay.
ever been Let me ask you this. Have you ever been somewhat happy with what you have stuck in your teeth because it's got like a little
because it turns into a tasty treat.
it's a little
Never.
bit of it's like a hard candy,
Never.
you know?
Never.
You haven't. You've never had something pulled out of your teeth that then it ended up having like a full flavor.
Never.
And you revisited lunch. You're like, oh yeah, that was really good.
You
No.
never loosed a crumb in your mouth and you're like, "Oh, I'm glad that was there."
Never. What is wrong with you two? Look,
We're on the same page here. I've done
Mike and I eat a lot of pretzels apparently.
here's where I can get you. Like, this isn't stuck in your teeth, but if it is, like, you know, you eat Oreos and it's like on the top of your.
Oreos go in the molars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A popcorn kernel goes in between your teeth.
Yeah,
that's
so-
because you can't just pick it out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, that's okay. But I've never had something stuck in my teeth that I've enjoyed then or later. That being said, if we're comparing it to a rock in a shoe, so I can like we just bought a popcorn maker. I mean we are fancy. We are getting bougie up in our house because we're watching movies and we're
Yeah,
making
you showed me this thing and you showed me that there's some secret ingredients.
Flavor Coat.
Flavacol?
I think that's what it's called, but
yeah, and it's supposed to raise profits for popcorn salesmen around the country.
it's in my home.
Flavor Co.
Flavor Call.
It's worse than that. It's
Flavor
Flavacol.
Co. So that's a medication that you've seen advertised before that causes death.
Well, so speaking of causes
Flavor Call.
Speaking of causes death, You know, if you're listening, don't confuse a teaspoon with a tablespoon. No. A teaspoon is very, very, very tiny.
Yes, they're very different, Jason.
If you get the very tiny teaspoon, that is 122% of your daily sodium.
The teaspoon?
It's delicious.
Hold on. The teaspoon.
The teaspoon.
In America.
Little tiny.
I'm going to be honest with you. You made this popcorn for me, and it was very fresh. It was very hot. You asked me if I liked it. I said I did like it, and mind you, I ate it. I ate it all.
He didn't like it.
But listen, I ain't never tasted a saltier bag of popcorn in my whole life.
Flavor Call.
I mean,
boom, Flavor Call in your face. Here's the truth.
It was the salt. I was a salt lick, okay?
You were assaulted?
I was a horse, and it was a salt lick, and I'm just pure. I was a raisin when I got home.
Yeah,
I mean,
baby.
I was dried up by bag one. I don't know how.
Flavor Call. So, here's the thing that I have since learned. We have these packages where you cut the top off and it's got the oil, and it's got the
kernels.
The kernels, I was like, the seeds.
You're such a professional.
and it's got a pouch of seasoning salt. And so I don't think I'm supposed to use that and the Flavor Call.
No, that
Flavor Call.
Too much.
In your face.
All right, so look,
but
something stuck
I
in your
have-
teeth, it stinks. If it's stuck in your shoe, I've got my thing with the shoe. You know,
You're doing the toe tap
you
all
work,
day.
You work it towards the top left.
You step
the big toe.
Step, toe down, click, click, click. Step, click, click, click. Trying to kick the toe to the front.
I don't know why. As a
or
kid,
the rock.
I feel like
not
as
the
a kid,
toe.
I had like a rock in my shoe every day. That's just what I don't know if we played in a lot of miniature rock playgrounds. I just feel
Arizona.
like it was regular. Yeah, Arizona. No grass, right? You don't get grass in your.
You didn't play in the rocks. You played in the grass.
Yeah.
That's how you got rocks in your shoes.
That's
Yes,
right.
True.
But something stuck in your. I feel like you might get used to it stuck in your teeth,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
Yes.
No,
This is the
no,
point of why I brought
never.
up the popcorn machine. I brought up the
Flavor
popcorn
Call.
machine because Flavor Call. Because
WMD.
yes, because I've eaten a lot of popcorn
was
the
so
last
salty,
2 weeks.
Mike.
Dehydrated.
Did you have any of that
no,
popcorn?
I missed out.
I'm telling you,
was-
it is delicious,
Sodium rich.
but it is very sodium rich, and I apologize for nothing.
Did you look at the ingredients?
Flavor Call.
Does it just say ingredients? Salt.
Oh, salt is nowhere near as rich in sodium as Flavor Call. That's true. Like, I'm not joking. If you took a
They
teaspoon
made
of salt,
saltier salt.
they made saltier salt. If you take a teaspoon of salt, there's no fathomable way that it has the same
Flavor Call.
Flavor Call. Boom.
Saltier than salt.
Up your profit. Saltier than salt. That's a good slogan.
Harness
It's a good
the ocean.
I might draft that today. But my point is I've had a lot of popcorn lately, and I've had a lot of kernels stuck in my teeth, and it is so annoying, but I can have that stuck in my teeth for 2 hours as I watch a movie, and I'm working on this thing, and it's annoying.
Mike, I could have drank a gallon of seawater. It would have been refreshing compared to that popcorn.
Do you know what they put in the
Wash
seawater?
down this Flavor
Boom!
Call.
Flavor Call. So the thing is I can't stay for a long period of time with a rock in my shoe. That's like I've got to take the shoe off and stop what I'm doing. So there's no way I'm taking that. I'm taking the kernel in the mouth.
The only thing worse than the shoe the rock in the shoe is the kernel in your teeth, and you just cut your fingernails, and you have no recourse.
Or you bite
there's
your
nothing-
fingernails,
there's-
and you never have
okay,
them.
fine, that's fine. You just bit all your fingernails off, and you have no possible way. You know you're tonguing this thing for hours,
Hold
and
on.
you know it's never coming out.
I have this
ever.
I want to show you something.
You
hold on.
listeners out there.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
understand
show-
that there's toothpicks.
Yeah, I was going to send you a link where you can purchase toothpicks.
Yeah, but you don't listen.
who
as I'm a
purchases
freak,
toothpicks?
I do.
Andy has
I,
toothpicks on him at all. Andy, do you have a toothpick or
No,
some
I
kind
do not
of?
right now. But I was going to say that's the problem. You get caught out in the world without a toothpick.
You have a toothpick in your wallet, though.
I used to.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're all gone.
I don't right now. I'm sorry to
But
let
when
you down.
But when you say you used to me, what that means is you ran out on Wednesday, and you'll have them soon, but you're just out right now. Not
Honestly,
like
I made the decision that I didn't want my wallet quite that thick. That's all that happened.
All right.
I did not want the toothpick.
You had a
I just
Costanza
didn't,
problem?
I just didn't want the wallet to be that thick. But yeah, it's nice to have them. I don't know where this is going. I think I'd rather have the thing in my shoe. So, Mike, your final vote.
Well, we spend a lot of our days sitting. And when I'm
So you'd
sitting,
be fine.
a rock in my shoe is not a problem, but it's something in my teeth is always a problem.
Always it is. All right, we're moving on.
Jason explains in 60 seconds.
All right, we're doing this again. I've got the wheel. If you're listening at home, I'll let you know what it lands on. There are many items. Jason does not know what he has to explain to
I'll
us.
handle the sound effects.
Fortunately, Jason is an expert at all things.
I do
Jason-
know a lot about almost everything.
Yeah, Jason is going to explain.
Boop! Oh, there was a boop.
It's justice.
Oh,
Explaining about
fantastic.
justice in 60 seconds. Begin.
Okay, so justice is a concept of right and wrong, and when you are wronged, you are going to enact or receive justice. Justice is different than vengeance in the sense that it's the right thing. It's not something where you are fighting evil with evil, but you are overcoming evil with justice, with righteousness, and you're going to take the badness and you're going to squash it and you're going to make it pay its price, its penance with a just punishment. So, for instance, the first justice event, the first justice that ever happened, the first justice, someone threw a rock at someone else. It hit him pretty hard, and so that first person,
Very excited.
that first person, he got kicked in the nuts.
So that was
justice was served.
I think you hit 60 seconds.
right.
I did not know that
Yeah,
story.
that's- well,
is that from
that's-
the annals of history?
It is, and they actually named the kicker
Oh,
Justice. That was his
that
name.
sounded very much like vengeance.
yeah, it
Well,
sounded.
no, it wasn't the person who got hit. So it was justice. If the person who got hit was the kicker, then that
Oh,
would
so
be vengeance.
somebody else. Oh, the courts assigned somebody.
As long as someone else is the kicker of the scrotes,
Right. Judge
It's okay.
Dredd was not the
Oh,
person
well, he's the
being
law.
yes, assaulted. He was carrying out justice. Now
I
you see?
feel like you know very little about justice.
Well, there's also a league. I'll tell you about
I
that
can't
later.
wait till we have 60 seconds about Victoria Justice from Jason.
Victoria.
This would be the part where
Justice.
we also don't know your reference. Spitwads, most coffee out there, it's dull, it's stale, it's questionably sourced, but it's easy. You get stuck in that rut, you drink what you've always drunk. Is that what you say? You drink what you always drunk.
That's what my grandpappy used to say.
Instead of standing in front of all the options in the grocery store, let Trade Coffee help you find something new you love. I know this firsthand. Upgrading your coffee experience, you don't think you need to do it till you try something real, and then you're like, how did I ever drink that swill?
It's a game changer when you get legit coffee.
Absolutely. And Trade sells the freshest, roasted, and ethically sourced beans from America's best independent roasters. They ship free to you as often as you like, whole or ground. Maybe you just want a better cup. Maybe you're a coffee nerd and you want to try or test over these 400 different roasts. And they have this really cool technology. They'll match you with your ideal coffee. You take a little quiz. Bingo, bango. You got a perfect cup of coffee. And for our listeners right now, Trade Coffee is offering a total of $20 off your first 3 bags when you go to drinktrade.com/ballers. There's more than 16 cups of coffee for free. To get started, take their quiz at drinktrade.com/ballers and start your journey to the perfect cup. That's drinktrade.com/ballers for $20 off your first 3 bags.
The Situation Room.
You don't know who Victoria Justice is?
She is an American actress and singer,
Thank you.
apparently, according to
Thank goodness
Google.
for that.
From
All right.
Nickelodeon.
Okay, no, I didn't have cable TV, Mike.
Oh, that's
All
right.
All right, here we go. These are all situations brought to you by the Spitwads, spitballerspod.com, suggested by our greatest supporters, Nathan from Patreon. In the ultimate I licked it so it's mine situation, you each get 1 lick, and you can keep that one item forever. What will you lick? All right, so let's not – the mistake that could be made here is that you lick something too soon, and then you regret the lick. I mean, this is
Yeah, you
one
one lick.
Think through this.
you got to think through it, and I'm – you know.
You can't lick $1 million. There's not a
There's no $1 million bill.
exactly. So you
But
got
you know what I can lick? A bank.
Yeah, you can lick a bank. That's what I've always said.
so that means you get the building.
Yeah.
So you got
That's you get
You get
good
everything
rent.
in it. I mean, you get everything in it.
you inherit all the money inside.
That's right. It's my bank. I can
think
do
I'm-
with the money as I see fit.
So you're telling me if you go to your local Chase Bank and you lick the wall, then you are
Yes.
now Mr. Chase.
no, of that bank. He
under-
gets that bank.
Under the rules of I lick it, I claim it. Jason, how are you having a problem when the
You-
concept of the question is I lick it, I own it?
Because whatever you lick is what you own. You don't own. You don't become the like.
If you own the building, you have the right to not let anybody take anything out of the building.
Okay, that's fair. That's
So if you
Ooh, I
look-
got to time it up then. I got to wait for a big deposit.
right.
yeah. You own just what's inside those.
So
walls.
I'm now just a property manager?
Yeah, congratulations. But you've got a lot of money.
Ah, crap.
I mean, look, I'd say I'd lick the moon,
oh,
but that's a tough task.
I'm
we've-
going to say
we've talked
it's
about licking
impossible.
planets.
No, you could lick the moon, Jason.
You could
if
not
you were
lick
there.
the No, you couldn't. In order to
You have to
lick
take your
you have
helmet
to
off.
Take
Oh.
your tongue out in space, and then it's
So
glass flying away.
or you just end up owning the helmet. That's your lick it, and you.
Well, you get
you
the whole
accidentally link. Okay, you get the whole suit.
Yeah.
No, the helmet comes off. It detaches.
You
Well, that's like saying you don't get the. That's what I was saying. You would just get the
I-
building. You
He
lick
gets
the
everything
building.
inside, so he owns his head.
This might not be practical or whatever, but I'm gonna go on one of those aircraft carrier tours, and I'm gonna lick that aircraft carrier,
Oh,
and that's mine. So I'm gonna own an
Ooh.
aircraft carrier because I
You're
licked
gonna,
it.
You're going to need to get with Mike because that's going to cost a lot of money to do anything with that aircraft carrier, and he's got the money.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll be giving tours.
I'm going to lick a Tesla Roadster. I'm just going to.
what, an old one?
Nice.
No,
It's like a 20-year-old car.
No, I'm going to lick a new one.
They're not even out.
Sure.
You're gonna lick the future?
Oh, look at this
No.
guy saving his lick.
No, I'm not saving my lick. The one that was driven off during the semi-truck
Okay.
Oh,
All
beta
right.
beta
announcement,
version.
I'm licking that one. It's
Oh
mine.
man, that's got a lot of bugs.
All right.
So you're not
Software
licking.
updates.
Well,
You're
no.
not licking the flavor coil.
Oh, boom.
You lose your tongue.
Flavicle.
Okay, so if you're licking that, I just said I could lick a bank. What
Yeah,
if I-
you haven't licked anything yet.
Well, I'm feeling very nautical after you wanted to lick.
Could you own, like, if you licked Al Borland, for instance?
I own him.
I'm just saying.
This is getting into a very gray area.
well, it's not gray. In that case, you would own Al Borland. It's not gray. It's cut
Yeah,
and
but
dry. You own
There's-
him.
He'll only scat like once every 80 shows. This
Seriously.
guy is basically worthless. I'm with you. I think you
We
were on the
already
right
kinda
track.
own him.
You're
All
on
right,
the-
go on.
You're on
Are
the
you
right
going to
track.
lick like Hawaii?
No. Oh.
I own this
Can I
island.
lick a state?
You'd end up.
I was gonna lick a cruise ship.
Is there a square miles limit on this lick, Borland? I mean, obviously, if I lick the ground, I don't own the United States.
No, it would be bigger than that. It would be the continent.
Yeah, as long as it's contiguous, you own it all.
All right,
That's a lot of land.
no licking territories.
All right,
Classic.
all right. I'm gonna lick the cruise boat.
Oh,
I feel
so
like-
you want the big cruise?
I feel like I could make some real money if I own a
Honestly,
cruise
I would
ship.
much rather be on a cruise ship
Yeah.
than on an aircraft carrier. I just don't know what I would do there. I'd be like,
Come hang out with us on the aircraft carrier.
I've got higher odds of having some
hit the head.
military planes.
See the mess hall.
you definitely have higher odds of having military planes. Yes, Andy. There are higher odds on the aircraft
Thank you.
carrier than on the
All right,
cruise
The problem
ship.
with those is they can come and go as they please.
The aircraft?
Yeah. No. Yeah. The
Dallas?
planes, they're gone.
Dallas from Patreon has a situation for us because we need more situations to deal with. You have been waiting all day for a very important phone call, guys.
Mm.
Of course, the call comes when you are in the middle of a number 2,
Thank you,
and
Dallas.
you know it's not one that you can pinch off hastily.
I'm going to be here a while.
You know trying to call them back will result in a maze of automated services and could take hours to reach the correct person again. How do you handle the call? In other words,
We've all been here.
the situation is this: can you can you take a poop call? And
Hello.
And if you do, what are the ways that you handle that? Are you bouncing between mute and talking?
Right.
That's actually a pro move.
I've
done this.
Are you just being what I like to call sound sensitive? Are you simply being careful about
whisper? Because look,
no, you don't. You need to be louder. If you whisper, they're going to hear the peripheral.
No, if you're loud, they'll hear the echo, and they'll be like, sir.
Oh, you're worried
you in
about
a
them finding out
bathroom?
that you're in a bathroom. I'm worried they're going to hear the plop plop.
oh, well, I'm pretty sure I could time those up to when I am not speaking. Like
Well,
doing the actual.
You better be on mute.
Doing the speaking and the dropping at the same time. That's difficult. But like, if you're in any bathroom that's not just a home bathroom, they're gonna know. They're gonna,
Yeah,
They're gonna say, why is there
it's all the-
reverb on
it's
your
all the
phone call?
reverb.
Yes,
I mean, have you guys have been in this situation?
of 100%.
I mean, I feel like everybody's been in a situation where a
Yes.
phone call comes, you know you need to answer it, but this is really bad time. I just started. And when you have to answer the phone call, all I know is I'm committed. This is where I live now. Like
you're in it.
I'm not leaving. I'm obviously not flushing or continuing. I'm here for the duration of this call. If this is a 20-minute call,
Have you taken one of those in a public restroom?
I would never answer in a public restroom.
Okay. That's what I'm asking.
Not for the caller, but for the
For
others
the other
that come
people?
in.
Oh,
But what if you're in a
If I walk into a public
What if you're in a
restroom
pinch?
and someone is chatting in the stall on a phone,
get
I
out of here.
can't-
Get out of here.
I literally can't understand who that person is and what the situation was that made them go, "This is totally okay." Because I've seen it, and it blows my mind.
You go with the, excuse me, sir, thank you for calling me back. What's your name? Oh, well, my name is Frank. You say, Frank, I've got explosive diarrhea. I'm going to need you to call me back in 10 minutes. Have you ever thought about telling the truth?
Oh,
I like part of what you said, not the diarrhea part. I like
The
the part where
explosive
you
part?
just, if you answer and say, hey, I'm right out. You answer, you act like you're there. You're ready to go. Yeah, hey, I'm so glad you know what? I actually need about 10 minutes. Give me a call back. I'd skip the diarrhea.
But that person's not calling you back. If you tell them you have explosive diarrhea, they know.
You're backwards. You're backwards.
Yes, you're very backwards.
If you tell the person, "I've got explosive diarrhea, call me back," I'm not calling that person back.
No.
Ever.
What?
No.
I am 100% calling that person back because they're honest.
No.
If someone says
No.
oh,
Because you know if it's explosive, 10 minutes is too soon.
if someone has been that's fair.
Not only
But-
that, but you know that you're being trolled. You never in a
No.
million years would that person think, you know what? That's an honest person. If you say, "I have explosive diarrhea, call me back," they don't go, "Thank you for your honesty." They go, "Oh, okay,
No,
click."
they go, that's weird. But someone who says, oh, you know what? Call me back in 10 minutes. I say, yeah, sure. I'll put you back at the bottom of the line. Explosive diarrhea, I'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Mike's wrong.
I'm
so
going to side with Andy on this one.
Jenny from Patreon has a question. We've dealt with the previous situation handily. You get $1,000 for every time you wake up one of your family members by loudly screaming something.
Oh, yes.
But you can never tell them why. And if they find out ever, you lose all your money. So what is your strategy for this?
How are they going to find out?
Well, they could find out if you tell them, Mike.
Oh, well, that's what I mean.
So
it's-
you get
I
a
simply just don't have to tell them why I'm doing this?
You get well, I assume if they find your money stash, maybe they figure that out somehow.
I can tell you I could tell you my
It's in
strategy.
my bank. I licked one.
Every single time that I'm just trying to scare them because I feel like I would do this for $10. I don't need 1,000.
You would
every
do it
scream.
for $0.
Well, you're
I've
you're waking them.
Yes.
You're waking them up.
Yes, and that's the best part of this.
What are you screaming?
I'm usually just screaming like, "Ah!" But have you ever done the car thing? Have either of you done the car thing? Someone falls asleep in the car, and you slam the brakes and
shake
scream.
the car.
Oh,
No, I have not
it's a
because I'm
good
not a
one.
sociopath.
It's a
I think-
good one.
I think you're underestimating. Sure, you might like doing this to the point of you get like $3,000 or $4,000.
They get real spooked.
But once you keep doing it, that's the problem. You want to get rich, you're going to need to really have a family that hates you.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. But here's the thing.
You could play it off like you never did it.
I
if you
can't-
do it in the middle of the night, like, They could be hearing sounds. Like you do it once and you pretend you're asleep. That's my strategy.
So then
I'll
it has
do
to
this.
be your wife.
I'll do this. Yeah, unfortunately it does. I will scream real loud to wake my wife up, but by the time she turns over, I've been
Oh.
asleep.
So you're doing this in your sleep.
Oh,
No, I'm not
that's
even
smart.
doing it in my sleep. She's hearing it.
Yeah, no, but
She's hearing
But you're
sound.
doing it in the middle of the night.
Yes.
That's very smart.
As long as they wake up, cha-ching, my pocket fills with some cash.
I think what I would do is I would do immediately after bedtime, right when I tuck them in. I usually come back, check on them in 10 minutes. It's been
And
a
your children are asleep
It's been a habit. Yeah, usually.
after 10 minutes?
We've got it down to a science, my man. We got a whole tuck-in
I don't
routine.
like
Flavor
you.
call.
I don't like, yeah.
And that's what I would yell. I'd come in and Jersey, are you awake? And she's asleep. She doesn't say anything. Boom! Flavor call! And then I'd slam the door and leave.
$1,000.
$1,000.
I feel like if you shout it, you have to spike down.
Oh,
a
you're right.
teaspoon.
Just right in the face. Boom! Flavor call!
Oh, like a little spritz.
Yeah.
Of course, it'll burn your eyes out. That stuff is plutonium.
Is there a warning that says don't touch with skin?
Not made by
Not made for
earthly
human
elements.
consumption?
I mean,
It is delicious. I mean, it really is. It'll burn your mouth, but it's delicious.
yes.
Spitwads, my family and I just went on a vacation. It was much needed. It was very good, except for one thing.
Good for you.
I had such bad sleep. Awful, horrible sleep because I have gotten used to my Helix mattress, and apparently not every hotel uses Helix mattresses. Hotels,
It's a shame.
get on that. Helix is awesome. They give you a mattress for you. Not a generic mattress. They have a quiz. It takes 2 minutes. You complete it, and it matches your body type, your sleep preferences, your partner's, and gets you the perfect mattress. All three of us have done this. All three of us got different mattresses. I'm a plus-size boy. I got the Helix Plus mattress, and I love it. It is awesome. So if you like a soft mattress, if you like a firm mattress, if you're a stomach sleeper or a side sleeper, it's great. They were awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. Just go to helixsleep.com/ballers, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they will match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. And they are offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/ballers. That's helixsleep.com/ballers for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, Mike has the first pick in the draft, and today we are drafting the best slogans. All right? You guys know what a slogan is. I don't need to explain or give away any possible answers. But we did draft best jingles a long time ago on the show, and this is different.
We've been giving a slogan the whole show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
so
Boom!
Flavor Call. Well, we made that one up. I don't think their actual slogan is boom, Flavor Call. It could be.
It should
So
be.
best slogans, Mike, you are, I think, in a good position, #1. I can't
Oh, yeah.
imagine.
There's a
Well-
clear 101.
What's weird is
I think there's a clear 101 as well.
what's weird to me is I don't think it's a clear 101 for the public at large. It's a clear 101 for me. I have to take it because there's a 0% chance it will make it back, and I am I'm a Nike fanboy. I'm a Nike truther till the end. So I will take Nike. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the like when I
Really,
think
you
of,
really think that's the clear #1?
I think it is the clear #1. When you think of famous slogans, just do it is easily the first thing that comes to mind. Our demographic,
Yeah,
our age,
I don't
our
know.
audience.
I don't know.
I agree with Andy. Like, to me, it's not.
I've got one I hope gets to me that I think could be viewed as better.
I don't think it's
No
like
way.
an easy 101. It's just an easy 101 for me, knowing that you want to have it.
Sure.
That makes it even better for me.
So Mike is going with Nike. Just do it. Makes perfect sense. It's a first rounder, no doubt.
Wow.
Jason, you have a pick here.
Jason is already
I'm
tilted
already tilting. This
because the game of this one, okay, so you have the 101, that's fine, but I think after that it's just a whole hodgepodge
Yeah.
of you
There
have
are
no idea what
lots.
he wants.
There are lots of good
And
slogans.
so that's why I started tilting, because Andy apparently has one he's hoping gets to him. So now instead of taking what I want or what I love,
Oh, no, you want to get his?
I just want to get his. But the truth is, I don't think that this is I'm not going for polls here. I'm going to pick
Yeah, right.
my-
Yeah, right, yeah.
No, I'm going to pick my favorite slogans, the ones that make me laugh,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that bring me someplace. And there's two that I want. I don't think that Andy's going to get one of these. I don't think he would take either. I'm going to start with one of my favorite commercial series of all time. It was super funny. It's a little dated now, but so easy, a caveman can do it.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, because
All right.
those
That's-
commercials were hysterical.
and that was
That's-
Geico.
Geico, yeah.
Exactly.
I had to remember there.
If you can't,
I'm just
Get out of here. You remember the caveman
that's
ads.
part
That's-
of.
that caveman ad spawned into a freaking sitcom.
Now, I
Yeah.
will say this. I would say that is probably not in my top 50.
Well, and I said I didn't think you
So
were
you're
going to
right.
grab either of
You're
these.
To be
but
fair, it's not in my top 75, so
Okay.
if
So you're going with Geico. It's so easy a caveman can do it. Got it.
mhm,
Got it. All right. I'm
it's also like not their real slogan.
that was their slogan
For a while,
like
but
a
it's-
decade.
and they do change. I mean, look, if you
15 minutes,
they
save
rotate
15%.
around. Yeah. But it's best slogans of all time, so it's time periods in which they existed.
Sure.
I'm going to go with my number one pick is going to be M&M's,
Sure.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that's melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
All
Sure.
right.
All right. I feel like that's a very iconic
It's on my list.
all-timer.
I would have enjoyed it with my last pick.
Okay, Mike.
But-
well, it's in your top 75, isn't it?
It is.
And
At
then
least.
I'm going to go with Disneyland,
No, 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 no.
Happiest
the
place on
happiest
earth.
place on earth.
Sure. That's a great one.
quit. I
You
quit.
But at
judged
least
that
you got-
very wrong.
At least you got Geico.
You thought he wouldn't take Disney?
I didn't think so. Here, this
That was the easy second pick.
that was
you
but
dummy.
oh gosh.
So I've got M&M's melts in your mouth, not in your hands,
Don't worry,
and then
you
I've
got a
got
Geico.
Disneyland, the happiest place on earth.
You gonna take like the gecko next?
This sucks.
I'll take
I
the
didn't-
roast duck
Now
with the
I don't
mango
want to put
salsa.
I don't want to put any pressure on you, but you are on the clock with your not
I
Disneyland
take the
pick.
happiest place on earth. Walt Disney.
Walt Disneyland.
I just felt like that's not like it's a very known phrase, but it
you
doesn't
still
strike
have Boom
me.
Flavor Call available.
Boom, Flavico. It doesn't strike me as like a slogan as much as other
Well,
famous.
You're also gonna hear from Tenactin.
Yes. Excuse me. We have boom as our slogan on lockdown. Boom. Tough acting. All right. That's
You want tough acting Tenactin?
They
Is that what you're
probably
taking?
taste the same. Tenactin
Tough
and
acting
Flavor Call.
Tenactin's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Okay, M&M's and Disney.
I'm
All
M&M's
right.
and Disney. I think there are a lot of really, really good ones that
Oh yeah, there's tons.
are on the table here for Jason. It's
don't-
time.
No.
It's time.
I quit.
You've got some. Well, we can pass. You can pass. That is allowed. You could move your pick to the very end of the draft if you can't decide.
I'm going to go with your M&M strategy. I'll taste the stupid rainbow.
Oh, I was gonna take
You
it.
go on Skittles. Taste the
Yeah.
rainbow.
I was gonna
All right,
take it.
that's-
I'm really upset that you
That's not
took
bad. That one's in my top 40.
Can I go back?
No, you cannot.
Owl. Can I go back and take a pick that I would prefer?
No.
I thought that might
All
work.
right.
I feel great now. I didn't know that was your pick, but
Hey, you're a jerk.
all right, Mike, you've got 2 picks.
All right. So
I trust Mike may he may take some of the ones I really want.
So with my first pick, I will take one of the most parodied slogans of all time. I will take "Got Milk."
That was
Yeah,
that,
that was the one that I was wavering on with M&M's. Like, is it better
Yeah,
than
'cause
M&M's? Is it not?
It's way up there. I mean, everybody, as soon as "Got Milk" hit the airwaves, everybody out there had their, oh, this will be so clever. We'll do got
They did so many
shoes.
magazine ads. Every athlete, every celebrity.
Got Milk was sensational.
So it's kind of, when you look at these,
Burr.
there's parts of them when you evaluate it, it's like how long did it run?
Right.
Others are like how iconic. Like M&M's in Disneyland ran a lot longer than
Right.
Got Milk did, but Got Milk made a big mark, and that was a
Impact.
tough decision.
All right, good
all
one.
of
That
these
was
clearly
next
better
on
than
my
Geico.
list.
So go ahead, Mike. You got another
All
one.
right, and it almost transitions into my next pick here, and it's just really fun to say. They're great.
Yeah.
I will take Frosted Flakes to go with my milk and,
that
and my
makes sense.
shoes.
And your shoes. All right, so you've got Nike Just Do It.
I taste with my feet.
You've got Milk, and you've got They're Great.
I like to keep it,
It was on my
real
short list. It was on my short list. Not that short, but on my short list.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's funny now that we're doing this. Like, I just want all food items. You know, it's like there's a lot of catchy.
Please
food
take.
slogans
Oh yeah.
out there.
All
all
right,
right.
Jason, your third place team is up for another pick.
Look, I don't.
Yeah, take solace in the fact that it doesn't matter what you do.
I don't exactly like.
You're not
my
doing
draft.
it for the polls, Jason.
No, I'm surely not. I am. That's true.
Just taking your favorite.
I wanted the happiest place on earth.
They should have
Then you should
taken
have taken it first.
I
You had to
really-
pick before me.
I didn't think he would take it. You always talk. Oh, I hate you. All right. I'm very
Boom.
tilted. Boom. Flavor call. All right. I'm gonna take a slogan that was so popular that it made a career for the person who said the slogan. So much so that he could then go to a competitor and have a whole nother secondary career.
Gotcha. Yep.
Verizon's famous "Can you hear me now?"
All right.
commercials.
Yep.
I think that was one of the most successful slogans of all time.
It seems more recent than the ones we've been taking.
It seems as recent as So Easy a Caveman Can Do It. There was a small window where Jason really liked it.
That's
Look,
where I want those.
Mike, you're my competition. I'm going with Energizer. It keeps going
Okay.
and going
All right.
and going and going. So I'm going Energizer.
I'm not
Long standing.
It was. I can't remember the last time I heard it.
It's
but-
been a little while.
I mean, besides you saying,
I have a
it.
really, really large list that I came up with, and it is not on here. So
Dude, the Energizer Bunny
yeah,
was
I'm
awesome.
I'm feeling very discouraged that
My
I'm,
picks
it's
are
not-
great.
It's not on your list, Jay.
my picks are
That's
great. Just
validation.
Here comes Alka-Seltzer.
And then, man,
Ooh, last
this
pick.
is the hard part.
I've got a
um,
few that I want.
Gosh,
I've in fact got. Oh, I think it's.
I'm
I
not
think it's down to
afraid of
3.
whether I'll make a good pick. I'm afraid of whether I'll make the best pick and one that Mike wants to come back to him. When I think of slogans, whether or not, you know, I'm not a big Vegas guy, but I can't
Okay,
imagine
all
a
right.
better written slogan than when they made Vegas. What happens here stays here.
That's
Famous
good.
slogan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that one.
Okay. All right. Also not on the list, but hey, I remember it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more.
How about you're in good hands, Allstate?
That was
I'm
on my
going-
list.
I'm gonna do a full insurance run here. Okay. So how many do I get now? Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, it's just one.
You're going to need 4 or
the
5.
same every time.
I've picked how many so
Here
far?
comes. It's my money and I want it now.
Mike has managed to draft 3 great slogans that all have like no words. Just do it. Got milk. They're great. 8 words.
To have a great
7
slogan,
words.
that's what you want.
Mike has no chance of losing. I just want that to be known now.
Oh,
Because
love to
I
hear
like
it.
my picks, but Mike's are better, I think, and Jason's are not the best.
So I'm looking at my list, and there's ones that I like more than this, but this one just makes me laugh. So I'm taking it because the fact that I would take look, I'm leaning in. I'm leaning into last place here, fellas.
Oh, I'm excited.
There was 2 lean in for last places that I was between, and I'm going to say the other one, Mike. If you want it, you can have it. But it's a drop we've got for Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, very
You know,
nice.
Where's the beef?
Yeah.
From Wendy's. That's a good one.
But instead of that,
Oh, you didn't go with that?
No, but
okay.
instead of that, I'm going with maybe she's born with it.
Oh, maybe it's Maybelline.
That was a fantastic slogan.
Same exact time period as your other ones, too.
Like I have in
Not our demographic, but
I irrationally like that one.
it's
Like
great.
maybe it's Maybelline. That's a sensational ad campaign.
The part of this is
Owl Borland is asking, is it a slogan or a jingle? And it's both.
I guess
It's no.
maybe it's Maybelline is a slogan.
That was their tagline in a print ad.
I was
And
wondering
you
the
would
same
sing it,
thing.
though.
Like when something pops into your head, it was just do it. It was I wanted to go the jingle from the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup because that's their slogan too, right? I
Best
mean,
part of waking up.
the best part of waking up is
Yeah, that's a
Folgers in your cup.
slogan.
That's their so that was
I've got that on the list.
yeah.
But
But
a
anyway,
lot of the slogans are also. I mean, there's
Right.
a few slogans that are also some kind of jingle.
Like
Mike,
I'm
you
loving it.
I was just gonna say you could take another 3-word
yeah,
slogan.
you could.
Dude, you would get if you took "I'm loving it,"
It's over.
you would get 90% of the vote.
Well, because of course I'm loving it. What have you been doing over there?
It's on my list. I leaned in.
loving it.
Look, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Okay, that's a good one. That's my best pick.
All right, with my final pick officially, just so you know, I'm taking I'm loving it. And then I was between Finger Licking Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that, and I'm a big fan of America Runs on Dunkin'. Like,
Really?
I think it's
I'm a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts.
I think it's a really smart, a really really smart slogan.
But
I didn't
here's
draft
some
it.
on my list.
Not smart enough for me to draft.
I'm surprised Betch Can't Eat Just One wasn't taken
Wait.
because it's food. Lay's.
Betch- Oh, that's Lay's?
Yeah, the
Quicker
chip-
picker upper bounty.
That's actually on my list.
Oh,
I didn't write it down on my list, but
Breakfast of Champions.
but
Wheaties.
once you pop,
You can't stop. That's not
That's
Oh,
a
bad.
good one.
That's a really
That's a good one.
You know, one
The
that
best
comes
a
up.
man can get.
Yeah.
There's one that comes up all the time when we're talking about where you can download our podcast. We're here. We always want to be like we're everywhere you want to be,
Visa.
but that's Visa.
Yeah.
So there's a good slogan.
Apple, think different.
See, like when
That was
did
a
they,
big campaign.
When did they do that? Like,
That whole campaign was from when Jobs came back on, I think.
I don't even associate that with Apple
It's
anymore.
shake and bake, not help.
I like that one a lot.
All right, so Mike's team, Just Do It, Got Milk. They're great, and I'm loving it.
Ugh. Minimal.
I have melts in your mouth, not in your hands, the happiest place on earth. It keeps going and going and going, and what happens here stays here. Jason has So Easy a Caveman Can Do It. Taste the Rainbow. Can you hear me now? And
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
What did we learn today?
I learned that Jason thinks his best pick was Maybe She's Born With It, maybe it's Maybelline,
Oh, it's fantastic.
which is what you said. So.
I learned that snakes taste with their tongue. No, I didn't. I learned that they smell with their tongue.
There it is.
Hopefully, they also taste with their tongue. Dual purpose.
I learned that the United States military should be looking into Flavor Call.
Yes. Weaponize it.
Throw it in the trenches.
Boom. Oh, a Flavor Call grenade.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom. Flavor Call.
Everyone's
need to get-
dehydrated.
Help.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next Monday. Tell your friends. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers Podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.